Jade Gelberger.
Jade Gelberger from the Herald Sun. You've been pretty critical about what you call the $1 trillion in Liberal debt racked up during the pandemic. Before the election, will you tell voters how you plan to pay back that debt? And do you think the budget can be repaired through productivity gains and economic growth, or will a Labor government cut spending?
Well, it'd help if the government was trying to drive productivity growth. It'd help if they had a plan at all. My criticism of this government isn't that whoever is in government during a crisis would need to stimulate the economy, just like we did during the global financial crisis. At that time, the coalition spoke about record debt and they had all that nonsense rhetoric that now they'd like to forget. The problem with this government is that they've racked up $1 trillion of debt and no legacy. The former Labor governments, so I was proud to serve in, weren't perfect. But the legacy from the GFC included paid parental leave, included a national broadband network, fibre-based, not copper-based, included more investment in urban public transport than all previous governments combined in the previous 107 years. It included rebuilding 1/3 of the interstate rail freight network. It included bringing forward the completion of the Hume Highway and putting forward major benefits on the Bruce and the Pacific. There are projects like Regional Rail Link in Victoria, the largest ever single investment in a public transport project by any federal government in history. Where's the legacy? Car parks, sports rorts, you know, they've got $16 billion in decisions taken but not announced. That is, decisions taken to spend taxpayers' money that they won't tell the people watching this broadcast what it's going to be spent on. That's my criticism. This government have no credibility when it comes to economic management. I have a record of being able to manage a portfolio, and I had a substantial portfolio. At the end of the government, I was Minister for Infrastructure and Transport and Communications and all of those things, whereby I've been opposition leader now for 3 years. They haven't managed to point to any problems. This government have had $100 billion of new spending in 2 budgets that weren't even 12 months apart, and they cut the infrastructure investment by $4.2 billion in their last budget. That's the problem. So if you have an end to waste, an end to mismanagement, you can actually make some measures towards budget repair. If you have economic growth driven by higher wages as part of the problem that's there at the moment, you know, insecure work means that people aren't in a position to make contributions. If you have an economy that is seeing new industries grow through our National Reconstruction Fund, through our action on powering the nation, then you can turn around the economy. And that's our vision. Their vision is just, I'm not sure what it is, more of the same. So we'll work those things through, but I'm very confident that our economic team as well, Katie Gallagher, never lets... she comes along to these things so I don't make commitments that haven't been through processes. And she's very good at it, and those people who watch her at the Senate COVID committee will know that I'm justified in being intimidated by Katie with regard to making commitments on the run. We make no apologies for that. We'll be responsible. You know, we've made no, easy, we'll just throw money everywhere commitments. We've made commitments, and one of the things that my shadow cabinet know is if you want a commitment, show how there'll be payback as well. So childcare, for example, truth is we costed that at $6.2 billion over the forwards. But every analysis says that every dollar you spend in childcare will increase economic growth, will pay back by more than double. So they're the things that I'm looking for that actually grow the economy, not just things that are one-off and are then gone. That's a part of how you build a legacy.